What's going on, guys? Pegasus on the Wiseguys. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. On this video, I wanted to talk about Into the Vrains, another card that was revealed just this past weekend. I wanted to talk specifically about this card because it involves one of my favorite decks to play, Magical Musketeers. And it also is a very powerful card that I can see actually being an issue in some other decks. But for this video, I wanted to focus on Magical Musketeers. The card says special summon one monster from your hand, but negate its effects. Then immediately after this effect resolves, link summon one link monster using materials you control, including the summoned monster. This link summoned monster cannot be negated. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when a monster is link summoned. The second half of the effect says, if a link monster you control, link monster or monsters you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card and add one monster with the same original type as one of those destroyed monsters from your graveyard to your hand. You can only activate this card once per turn. So why am I talking about Magical Musketeers? Well, let's talk about it. Specifically, a link monster such as Magical Musketeer Max would actually be an intelligent choice for a card like this. And again, the card says special summon one monster from your hand, but its effects are negated. Then immediately after this effect resolves, link summon using the monster you control. That link summon cannot be negated. If you have a card like Musketeer Max that gives you a +2, +3, +4, plus whatever the hell, as long as they have that many spells or that many traps, they obviously have a very powerful effect that they can link into at any time. In a deck like Magical Musketeers, plussing like that and the summon being unable to be negated creates a meltdown-like effect for a powerful card like Musketeer Max. The second effect, being able to revive back a card of the same type, is perfect for Magical Musketeers because you get to revive back a fiend, and Magical Musketeer Max is a fiend. So therefore you have two things working at the same time to work perfectly in tandem to create a card that is really powerful already and make sure that he cannot be negated. That is a very powerful effect. And as far as the rest of potential skeleton or deck list, guys, I feel honestly that this would be the best way to play it and play a card like this. Now let me know, guys, down in the comments of a specific card that you could think of or a specific deck that you could think of that would also work with the Into the Vrains card. So with this being an example hand, what I wanted to do is show basically how you could plus like that, and you can imagine the spells and traps for yourself, as well as the monster effects, as well as the monsters on the other side of the field for yourself as well. Again, guys, Magical Musketeer Max can plus infinitely, well, not infinitely, but a substantial amount immediately based off of what your opponent has. If they have 5 monsters, you get that many spells and traps. If they have 5 spells and traps, you get that many monsters. It's always going to be the corresponding and alternate corresponding thing, if that makes any sense. I know it may sound like gibberish if you've never actually seen Musketeers, but anybody that's ever played it, you know exactly what I mean. But basically, guys, with Into the Vrains, making this effect to plus like this, unable to be stopped, is actually insane. And something that I don't even know if that's quantifiable. That's insane to me, guys. I don't know if you know how like nuts this is for a deck like this, because this deck is a very powerful rogue deck and one of the best rogue decks of all time, with a huge susceptibility to losing your normal summon and then basically losing the game. This card is insane for that specific reason, and it probably is going to make everybody take an uptick in the amount of Magical Musketeers that they play in the first place. Guys, let me know what you guys think about this card down in the comments. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Pegasus out. Arrivederci.